didn't explain it well.
Okay, that's good. So let's go to chapter 3, the well. And I think last time I have referred to the meaning of this word. What does it mean, the well? Do you have any idea? Yes? Yes, Sarah?
Yes, well means a baby animal, but here it refers to
little
yes,
dog, the little dog. Yeah. Okay.
Little dog.
Yeah. Now it refers to Tom, right? Yeah. The main characteristics of the well is that it is easily guided. It is easily tricked. It does not have control over itself. This is the well, right? So it is easily controlled and easily tricked by others, by its owner. It is easily guided by its owner. So, and now the reference goes to Tom. Tom is as easily guided and controlled as the well. Okay? And there are a lot of reasons for being such a character. You know, Tom lacks the experience, lacks the needed experience to be or to act naturally because of his background, because of his early childhood. His father had imposed on him a set of values, set of rules in his early childhood. These rules do not give him the chance to grow up normally. Therefore, he suffers from psychological, what we can say, defect in his character. He is not grown up normally. He's not. He's not. He does not receive the needed experience in his early childhood, so that he can be a normal man, right? So, because of this lack of experiences, Tom now is easily guided, easily tricked. He is not enough qualified to confront the challenges in his life. He's not enough qualified to face the challenges in his life. And now, Harthouse is going to be a great challenge to Tom. James Harthouse knows that Tom is the shortest way to reach Louisa. You know, Louisa becomes the interest of Harthouse. Harthouse comes to Ducktown to amuse himself, to entertain himself. And Louisa becomes his interest. So he needs to know more about Louisa. You know, if you want to approach somebody, if you want to befriend somebody, then if you want to defeat somebody, then you have to search for everything about this character. You have to search, for example, if you want to fight somebody, if you want to fight an enemy, you want to control a character, then you have to search, you have to investigate everything about this character. So you have to look for the weakest point. You have to look for the door through which you can go inside. Okay? You know, Louisa is not an easy character. It is locked up. She's described by Harthouse last time that she is what? She's locked up character. This means that she's not easily what? Invaded. She's not easily approached. Therefore, Harthouse investigates this character via Tom, through Tom. Tom is going to be his subject now. Tom is going to be his bridge to cross to Louisa. Yeah, so he's going to trick Tom. He's going to cheat Tom. He's going to approach Tom so that he can fulfill this intention. So let's read.
Sorry, Doctor. About
Yes.
before you're starting, there are many students of Section E is absent because you didn't post the link in our class.
They are supposed to join our class.
Section D.
Okay. 1 minute. I'm going to post it.
Yes, please.
Yes, somebody to read. Yes, Ali Kadhim.
Yes, first paragraph.
Yes.
Yes, it was very remarkable that a young gentleman who had been brought up under one continuous system of unnatural restraint should be a hypocrite. But it was certainly the case with Tom. It was very strange that the young gentleman who had never been left to his own guidance for 5 consecutive minutes should be incapable at last of governing himself. But so was with Tom. It was altogether incapable.
Yeah. So what is the reason for acting in this way? This lack of experience is due to what? To his early childhood. He has been educated under a strict system of rules. These rules do not give him the chance to what? To grow up normally. That's why now he is what? He is defeated by the challenges in his life. He is given one single way by his father to walk in. Okay? This means he cannot go in another direction. If he goes to another direction, then he will what? He will fail in his life. So the first challenge, now he's going to face or encounter is going to be Thomas or Harthouse, okay? Yes, Harthouse. Yes, please.
Continue on other paragraph.
Yes, go on.
But so it was with Tom. It was altogether incapable that a young gentleman whose imagination had been strangled in his cradle should be still inconvinced by its growth in the form of governing sensibilities. Such a monster beyond all doubt was Tom. Do you smoke?
Yes. He's again. Dickens tells us, the narrator of the novel tells us that the reason behind this failure, this defeat in life, the next defeat, is that Tom's imagination has been strangled. You know the meaning of strangled? Have been restrained. They are imprisoned. His imaginations are imprisoned. They are not set free. They are imprisoned by the strict system of education. He will then he will definitely what? Retreat. He will definitely completely fail in his in the taste in his life. This is the one of the very hard test. His relationship with Harthouse. He does not have the enough knowledge about life. Tom does not have the enough knowledge about life. Therefore, he is going to be easily tricked by Harthouse. Yes. Next page. James Harthouse continued to lounge in the same place.
James Harthouse continued to lounge in the same place and attitude, smoking his cigar in his own easy way and looking pleasantly at the well, as if he knew himself to be a kind of agreeable demon who had only to hover over him, and he must give up his whole soul if required. It certainly did seem that the well yielded to his influence. He looked at his companion sneakingly. He looked at him admiringly.
Harthouse is compared to what? To a demon. Okay? Hovering over his what? Hovering his prey. You know the meaning of prey? P-R-E-Y.
Sort of animal to hunt.
Good. A victim. A victimized animal. Even a victimized human being. So, Harthouse is hovering. Just like what? Just like a devil. When devil wants to approach somebody, then he's going to what? To hover around him, to persuade him, to convince him to do something, right? So he is hovering. He's attempting to influence Tom. He's attempting to what? Persuade Tom to give the things he needs unconsciously. You know the meaning of unconsciously? Yes. تفضل.
Yes, دكتور بدون وعي يعني. Without
yes,
knowing.
by giving him alcohol and trying in a way or another. You know the character of Harthouse. He's clever and malicious. He's as clever and malicious as Lucifer, if you remember. So he has that capacity to influence, to impress, to tell everything. Yes. Yes, Ali.
Yes, continue. Another paragraph.
Yes, continue.
Yes. He looked at him admiringly. He looked at him boldly, and put up one leg on the sofa. My sister Lou, said Tom. She never cared for old Bounderby. That's the past tense, Tom, returned Mr. James Harthouse, striking the ash from his cigar with his little finger. We are in the present tense now. Verb neuter, not to care. Indicative mood, present tense, first person singular. I don't care. Second person singular. Thou dost not care. Third person singular. She does not care. Returned Tom.
Good. Yes.
Very cool.
You see now he's what? He's giving up everything. I mean, he's what? He's telling everything. He's telling everything. He gives what Harthouse wants, right? My sister-in-law said Tom, she never cared for old Bounderby. This is a very important point, right? Harthouse is looking for. That is the tensioned relationship between Bounderby and Louisa. This tells that Louisa and Bounderby are not leading happy life. Because of what? Because of the lack of sentiment. You know, their marriage is not based on love. And there is what? The difference in the age. She is younger than old Bounderby. So this is very important to Harthouse. And this is the very weak point in this relationship. So he's going to what? He's going to invade his prey through this what? Louisa suffers from sentimental gap. You know sentimental gap? Yes, Yahya?
Yes, Dakala. That means لكن love and
Yes.
harmony
No.
between the couples.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Yes, a woman is a sentimental what? Human being, right? Sentimental creature. So, love and intention are needed in her life. So, Louisa does not have this needed emotions in her relationship with old boundary. Therefore, she suffers from sentimental thirst. You know, sentimental thirst or sentimental hunger. What does it mean? Yes, you hear?
Yes, that means she is eager to love and to
yes, good.
be loved
Yeah.
by
She never experienced love. He never experienced love in her life. Therefore, this gap is what is left unfilled. This gap, this sentimental gap, is left unfilled. A husband is supposed to what? To fill this gap for his wife. But boundary B, this material man does not have what? The ability to what? To fill this gap. Because of what? Because of his carelessness. Because his set of thinking. Because of his mind, which is filled with only what? Only material things, only practical things. So this gap is unfilled. This sentimental gap is left unfilled in Louisa's life. So Arthouse is going to exploit, is going to make use of this weak point. This is the weakest point in Louisa's character. So he's going to what? He's going to invade her through this what? Through this weak point, or he's going to play on this sensitive chord. He's going to play on this sensitive chord. You know a sensitive chord? Yes. Surah?
Yes, يعني على هذا الوتر الحساس أو على نقطة ضعف
Good,
هذا.
good. Yes. Yes. Go to next page. I persuaded her.
Which paragraph?
Only few paragraphs below.
Yes.
I persuaded her.
I persuaded her, he said with a defying air of superiority. I was stuck into all boundaries back, where I never wanted to be, and I knew I should get into scrapes there. If she put all boundaries pipe out, so I told her my wishes, and she came into them. She would do anything for me. It was a very game of her, wasn't it?
Yeah, you see now, I persuaded her is written between two commas, right? Two inverted comma, two commas. This means what? What does this mean? What does this mean? Yes, Ali.
A direct quotation from...
No, I mean the meaning. The connotation, the reference of this three words. I persuaded her. This is spoken by, this is said by
Tom means that he controls her and can convince her about anything.
Good. This explains the relationship, the close relationship, to the extent that he has influence over his sister. He can influence her. He can convince her. This tells the very close relationship between Tom and Louisa. This is one more thing. Harthouse is going to make use of it. Okay, next page. My intelligent sister is about where she was.
Yes. My intelligent sister is about where she was. She used to complain to me that she had nothing to fall back upon. The girls usually fall back upon. The girls usually fall back upon, and I don't see how she is to have got over that since. But she don't mind. Her sagaciously added, puffing at his cigar again.
Yes,
girl.
Again, he refers to the very close relationship between Louisa and I mean between Tom and Louisa. These sentences tell this fact. And one more thing, it refers to what? To the emptiness, to the vacancy, the emotional vacancy in her life, to the extent that she does not fall back upon. She had nothing to fall back upon. This shows that her life is empty. She suffers from what? From emotional vacancy. You know vacancy? What does it mean vacancy? Yes, Ali?
Like some sort of emptiness.
Yes. Yeah. So Harthouse is going to make use of this stupid openness shown by Tom. You know, stupid openness. He's stupidly what? Open. He's stupidly open to this stranger. He is still a stranger, right? He is not supposed to tell these secrets about the family affairs, the very family affairs. But because of, as I referred earlier, the lack of experience. He is not well experienced. Therefore, he is what? Is exploited by Harthouse, and he is now giving everything to Harthouse, the very secrets of the family. Okay, we move to the fourth chapter, men and brothers. Yes, thank you, Ali. Somebody else to read. Yalla, Fatma. Before we start reading, I want to give you an introduction about this chapter. You know that Dickens is a social reformer. He attempts to reform the social illnesses. He attempts to reform the various aspects in the Victorian period. So he is used to give us what? Representatives, models. He has given us what? A model for the rising middle class. He has given us a model for the false education, represented by Grande Grind and his school. He has given us a model for what? For the normal human beings who are acting normally, such as Sissy. He has given us a representative for the what? For the immoral, wealthy Victorian man. That is Harthouse. Now we are going to meet another representative. This man is Slackbridge. He's going to be a representative of the false hypocrite leadership. False hypocrite leadership. Okay, you know the meaning of hypocrite? Yes, Sarah?
Yes, it means a person who has two faces.
Yes, yes. Acting in what? In a reverse way, behaving in a reverse way, in contradictory way. Okay? Showing something and hiding something else inside him. Showing something and hiding something else inside him. Okay? So this slack bridge is going to be a representative of the false hypocrite leadership. You know, from the very beginning, we have the clashing notions. We go through some clashing notions. You know, clashing notions? We have notions in the novel which are clashing. For example, can you give me example here?
Yes, notions, that means ideas, okay, of thinking them. For instance, we have the notion that grind believe in, which is the materialistic thinking, okay, and we have also the notion that
fact and fancy.
Yes.
Yeah, that of fact and what? And fancy. This one.
Yes.
Yes.
And the other
this is
notion
stand for fancy. Yeah.
Yes. These are two famous.
Yeah. We have also. Yeah. We have also the clash between the classes, the aristocratic, the falling aristocratic class, and the rising middle class, represented by Bounderby and Mrs. Bassett, right? One more clashing notions. Here is the clash between socialism and capitalism. Socialism and capitalism. It seems that Dickens is against capitalism, against owning wealth by individuals. No capitalism. Yeah, Ali Kado.
Somalia.
Yes, owning wealth by individuals. The opposing term to capitalism is socialism. Socialism intends to what? To distribute wealth equally among people. It does not permit wealth to be owned only by individuals. This is called socialism. In Arabic, socialism. If Fatma. علي محمد كاظم.
أستاذ الاشتراكية.
Yes. Yeah. So it seems that Dickens is what? Is supporting this notion. He's supporting this notion. He's against owning wealth by individuals. He's against controlling wealth by individuals. According to him, this is what? This is unjust. This is going to bring injustice to the society. But still, socialism is also what? Attacked, is also criticized by Dickens. Because of what? Because some utilitarian characters. Utilitarian. Because of some opportunists who are attempting to what? To make use of the working man's miseries, who are attempting to make use of the efforts of the working men, of the workers. This example is represented by Slackbridge. Slackbridge is a false socialist. He's a false socialist. He's a hypocrite socialist who is trading with the workers' miseries. You know what trading? Trading with the workers' miseries. إيه مريم؟
Yes. تجارة.
نعم، يتاجر بيه من هذا. With people's miseries, with the workers' miseries, with the workers' troubles, right? So Dickens is going to what? Is going to highlight this character.
Yes, sir.
He does not represent himself. Slackbridge does not represent himself, but he represents what? His like. You know his like? Yes, Yahya.
Yes, that means that
People who are similar
Zai-
to him.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
his,
people who are similar. Yes.
yes.
So he's not an individual, he's a type. We have referred that there are two types of character. One is called individual and the other character or characters are type. Type means the character represents what? Lot of what? Characters outside, lot of human being outside. But the individual, the character represents itself, whether she or he, itself, right? So Slackbridge is a type, not an individual. He represents for every false, hypocrite leader, social leader. False, hypocrite, socialistic leader. Okay, so he's a type character. Yes.
You can hear me now?
Can what?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes, I have a problem with my sound.
No, it's okay. I am hearing you.
Yes,
okay.
I answered about your question, but you can't hear me.
Okay, don't worry. I'm satisfied with your answer, though I didn't hear it. Okay? Yes. Men and brothers. Can somebody to read?
Yes.
Who I chose? Yes. Yes, Fab.
Yes. In the beginning?
Yes.
Yes. Men and brother. All my friends, the downtrodden, parties of Cooktown, all my friends and fellow countrymen, the selfies of Iran-handed and generating despotism.
Despotism.
Yes, despotism. All my friends and fellow sufferers.
You know the meaning of despotism? Despotism. Tyrancy. Yes, Yahya?
استبداد, I think.
Yes, tyrancy, طغيان. Okay?
You answer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So he refers to what? To the factory owners. He refers to Bounderby and the like. They are the grinding despotism. They are what? They are exploiting people for their own interest. They are giving them very little in return. They are owning wealth. And other workers are what? Are suffering. So they are tyrants in the sense that they own wealth alone. They are not giving other workers their rights. Okay, yes.
Yes, and fellow workmen and fellow men, I tell you that the hour is come when we must rally round on another as one united power and call into dust the oppressors that too long have patterned up upon the plunder of our families, upon the sweat of our brows, open the leper of our hand, open the
Yeah, you see now this man is speaking. This Slackbridge is speaking now. He's an orator. You know the meaning of orator? He's giving a speech. He's what? He attempts to what? To call people for a rebel. He calls them for a rebel. R-E-B-E-L. Okay? He is attempting to make use of their enthusiasm, making use of the workers' enthusiasm. You know the meaning of enthusiasm? Yes. Abbas?
Their feelings.
Yeah, their agitated feelings, their troubles, their miseries. So they are what? They are agitated because of what? Because they feel they are what? They are oppressed. They are oppressed. The workers, they are agitated. They are enthusiastic because they are what? They are oppressed by the what? By the owners. They are not given their rights. So Slackbridge is what? Is giving a speech to make of this hot enthusiasm, to collect people. Okay? This is apparently happening. But what he has inside is something different. What he has inside is something different. This man attempts to what? To make use of this enthusiasm to what? To put himself at the front, to become a leader, to make use of this agitation of the workers, to make use of this oppression of the workers in order to put himself at the front, to be a leader, and then he is going to what? Collect the things he is after. So he's giving a speech now. Okay? And people are what?
Sorry.
Yes.
So we can say that he is trying to embark in the wave and the tide.
Good.
That's
Yes.
Yes.
We have such a person is called opportunist.
Yes.
Normally opportunist in Arabic, intihazi. Okay, intihazi. So people are what? Are agitated now. They are following him. They are listening to him. Okay? His speech is so impressive. His words are so impressive. Okay? Next page. But oh my friends and brothers, all men and Englishmen, the downtrodden operatives of Cocktown.
Yes, but all my friend and brother, all men and Englishmen, the downtrodden operatives of Cocktown. What shall we say of the man, that working man that I should find is necessary? So little the glorious
Name,
glorious name, hoping practically and well acquainted with the craziness and wrong of you, the injured faith and marrow of this land, and having heard you with a noble and majestic enmity that will make tyrants tremble,
yes,
tremble, resolve for subscribe to the fund of the United Agreement.
Yeah, he's referring to somebody. He's talking about somebody, okay? This somebody, according to Slackbridge, is going to be an obstacle. It's going to hinder our our agitation, our rebel. He refers to somebody who, yeah, if you follow, I must acknowledge him to be who at such time deserts his post and sells his flag. You know the meaning of sells his flag? It is a reference to what? To the idea of what? Yes, Ali Kabo.
Surrender for benefit or money?
Good, yeah. He's a treacherous. This person, according to Slackbridge, is treacherous. A traitor. You know a traitor? Anakhain, okay? Who at such time turns a traitor and craven and recreant, okay? Who at such time is not ashamed to make to you the desertedly and humiliating of all that, okay? So he refers to somebody, and this somebody is Stephen. Stephen is not joining this rebel, okay? And he has his own reasons. Stephen is different from others, okay? So if you go 2 paragraphs below, "Oh, my friends and fellow men," said Slackbridge, shaking his head with the violent scorn, "I don't wonder that you, the prostrate sons of labor, are incredulous of the existence of such a man, but who had sold his birth right, okay, for a mess of pottage exists." Still, he is referring to this, according to him, who is according to him is what? Is a traitor. This man has sold what? His birthright. This means what? Sold his birthright. He denies his what? His origin. He denies his origin. He denies his belonging. Belonging to whom? To the workers, okay? And Judas Iscariot. This is a biblical reference. Judas Iscariot is one of Christ's disciples. This man, this follower of Christ, has what? Has betrayed Christ, has cheated Christ. He has guided the Roman soldiers to the place where Jesus Christ stays. Okay, so he becomes what? A symbol in Christianity. He becomes a symbol of what? Of a treachery, khiyana. Okay, so Slackbridge is a good orator. He's a good orator. He supports his speech with what? With examples. In order to be successful orator, then you have to give examples. You have to give some references. So this is one of the biblical references. It is called biblical reference because it is taken from the Bible. Okay, so this character becomes a symbol of what? Of a treachery. And now Stephen is meant in this reference. But Stephen does not have what? Does not share them the same idea. Okay. Next, 2 paragraphs below. My friend Stephen began. In the midst of a dead calm, I had heard what has been spoken of me, and it's likely that I shan't mend it, but I prefer you learn the truth concerning myself, for from my lips than from any other man, though I never couldn't speak before so many without being moderate and muddled. Okay, so Stephen wants to speak, wants to tell about himself. He wants to explain himself, right? You know, Stephen does not agree with those people. Okay, does not agree with Slackbridge. You know, Stephen is an angelic character. He's a transparent character. He has deep insight. You know, insight, INSIGHT. Yes, Abbas.
رؤية داخلية.
Yes, yeah, بصيرة. We call it بصيرة in Arabic. Okay, deep insight. بصيرة عميقة. So he is different from other characters because of his what? He's a searcher for truth. He is what? He's holder of truth. He's a follower of the truth. Okay, that's why he's given a quality. This quality gives him the chance to see things different from others. So he sees things differently. He feels that Slackbridge is not truthful, is not trustee. Okay, that's why he warns. He does not want them to join him. Okay, that's why we can say that Stephen Blackpool is what? Is an angelic character. He's transparent character. He's a priestly character. You know, priestly, from the word priest. Yes. سورة.
يعني زي من كلمة الرهبان شخص راهب لا يعني.
Yes. Yeah. He's different from other characters. Okay, that's why he's what? Now he's alien. He's alien. ALIEN. Does mean alien?
فضائي أو شيء يعني غريب عنهم شيء مختلف.
Yes. Yeah, he keeps being alien in the novel. The only one who can understand him is whom? Yahya.
Yes, of course.
Rachel, right? Only Rachel can understand him. So he's kept I mean he's alien in the character, and now he is what? He is punished by the workers, by his fellow men, by what? By keeping him away from the company, by keeping him away from the group, right? Because he has what? He has something different. He sees things in a way which is different from others, right? He does not support this rebel. He does not support this agitation because according to him, this education is useless, rootless. It does not satisfy, does not restore their rights. Okay, so he's kept alien and he is misunderstood. He is misunderstood by others. Okay, because you know he's thinking in a way which is above all. He's thinking in a way which is above all. That's why he is misunderstood. That's why he does not join them. He does not join this agitation. Okay. So we will stop up to this point. I cannot continue with you. And next time we will have chapter 5 and the next 3 chapters. 5 plus next 3 chapters. Okay. Do you have a question? Okay, then you can go now. Please write your names. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, boss.